Let's get up to the Skype wall. Delighted to say we've got Adam there on the Skype wall now, the third member of the panel tonight. Thank you very much indeed, Adam. Adam, I'm saying, is it just coincidence that the minute Harry gets rejected by the Football Association and will not be the England manager, that suddenly your team is back to its sparkling best?
I think it's a coincidence. I haven't really bought into the idea that our form has coincided with being distracted by the England job. So I think it's just a very funny coincidence, to be honest.
OK, so what do you put it down to then, that Spurs returned to the sort of form that took them into the position of serious Premiership title challengers in February?
I think it was a return to basics that all fans have been calling for all season. It was Bale playing far more from the left. It was Lennon playing far more from the right, Van der Vaart and Adebayor through the middle, and more often than not, that's what works. And one person who won't get much praise this evening, but should do, is Sandro, who in the last 2 games has come into the team, shored us up and made us a much better attacking unit in winning the ball back quickly, and that really has made a big difference.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for agreeing with me. Please come again.
But, hang on, they're not here to agree with you. They're here to give their independent opinions. It just happens to be the same as yours.
No, I wasn't.
Go around thanking our viewers and the fans out there. They're not here to grovel to you, Daniel.
No, that was a roundabout way of saying thank you for disagreeing with Mike. But I was trying to be polite. But there we go. So I have a question for you. Is that from my perspective, this is by a mile the best Spurs team I've seen since 1987. So on that basis, are you prepared to cut them some slack, or are you prepared to cut them some rope for not doing as well as they should have done this season?
No, I think that every Spurs fan has a right to be very disappointed with the playing staff and the managerial staff, because there's no real excuse for the fall away we've had since the Arsenal game. Obviously, we weren't the team 4 years ago that we are now, but every team has the right to improve. We have improved, and in the last 12 months or so, we've shown the signs that we could be a top side. You've seen tonight that when we get the ball down and play proper football, and we play like a coherent football team, we're a great side. And I think that if we don't come third in the table, then every Spurs fan has the right to be a bit disappointed, because we haven't achieved what we should have done this year.
Yeah.
So how do you see it progressing from here? I mean, do you think Modric and Bale will stay if you get into the Champions League? And where do you need reinforcements? Do you think you need to reinforce the first 11, or do you need to reinforce the squad?
I think it's a bit of everything. I wouldn't sell Bale for any money that someone wants to offer me, because I don't think he's a replaceable player. Modric tonight did show what he can do. We've not really seen that at all in 2012. So if it's the Modric for tonight, again, I wouldn't sell him. But if it's the Modric that we've seen in the last 10 or 15 games, if we got a handsome £40 million offer, which I don't think we will anymore, I would definitely take that.
Yeah, but Adam, you've got to consider this again, and you, Daniel. All of a sudden, Harry Redknapp is not going to join England as their head coach. Do you not think Luka Modric might have thought to himself tonight, fantastic, the boss is staying. I might have a future at this team. The boss stays, I stay. Don't you think there must have been a bit of that tonight? Can't believe that you boys don't accept that.
I don't think Luka Modric gives a solitary one what Harry Redknapp does.
Right, Adam, what do you think? You're more important than Daniel, because you are on the Skype wall.
Well, I happen to agree that I'm not sure that Modric necessarily cares who's in charge, but I'm not entirely sure that Redknapp will definitely still be the manager next season. I wouldn't be going to the bookies and putting too much money on that being a certainty. There's still been a fair bit of unrest about the management situation. Of course, we've had a great win tonight, but I don't think you can base your feelings about a person on one victory. I still think there's quite a few Spurs fans that if we did have a change, wouldn't be too downhearted. OK, now, Adam, looking at the table now as it is, you're 1 point behind the Arsenal now, OK, after your 3 points tonight. We all know that. Now, your last 2 fixtures, I'll read them to you. You've got Aston Villa away and you've got Fulham at home. You could look at a potential 6-pointer there. I'm petrified about the Aston Villa game. A club of that size has to have one good game in a season. And it's just very fitting that the last home game of the season they would turn it on and secure their safety. So my message to Arsenal fans is don't get too worried just yet, because
hang on, because I was about to throw at you Arsenal's last 2 fixtures. Norwich at home, that's not a given in my view with Norwich. And more to the point, West Brom away. West Brom seeking to be the kings of the Midlands. And looking for a new manager. I think to coin a phrase, Norwich look like they're on the beach already, unfortunately, for that game. West Brom, you never know. There might be hopefully there'll be a huge reaction to Mr. Hodgson becoming the England manager, rightly so in my opinion. And hopefully he will
be able to galvanise the club for one last big push and take some points off the Arsenal.
OK, well, there you go. Well, Adam, listen, thank you very much indeed for joining us on the Skype wall tonight. Always good to have a man with a brain in his head talking to us here, particularly to put Daniel in his place. Although,
I think that's what happens.
I have to say, the two of you seem to agree with each other tonight, much to my angst, because I don't agree with either of you. Stay ahead of the game with Sports Tonight Live. Don't miss a thing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for Sports Tonight Live on Facebook and like our fan page. Follow Sports Tonight TV on Twitter and tweet us your thoughts and opinions. Sports Tonight Live, it's the platform for the fans.